Well, hello, and you are most welcome back to the Gmodism channel. We are back for some nice action in the losers bracket of the Gimle battles. Basically, all the ships that have lost against Gimle are now able to participate again in single combat, and well, the one that is best will be able to return to the winner's bracket. So this is a single elimination tournament, pretty hardcore and very tense. So today we will have the Daxter's Gunner Mark II-4, which of course, as everyone else, fought against Gimle and lost in single combat best of 3. And we're gonna pitch that against the Valantis Mark IV by Parzival. And, well, I felt she could have won against the Gimle. This is a late submission actually that I allowed in to basically smoothen out the brackets. Yeah, so that's what it is. In any case, we are going to let the battle commence and see what is going to go on there. So, I think I spawned the wrong version, the one with decos, but our game speed is like 90% of full speed, so it's fine. It has the same stats, of course. It's just having the decorations enabled for this one instead of disabled. All right. Oh, there we had some really nice use of sieves, shooting down the clusters of stuff coming in there. Oh, bam! This is a larger rocket. Is that not a cluster system? Ooh, very hard to take out. And if you can see here, we got a nice little mix of fragmentation. I thought there was a mix. Well, never mind. We got only fragmentation streaming in here against the Daxter's Gunner Mark II-4. It is not looking great for the poor old gunner. The cramshells coming in here are being effectively dealt with the sieves. And the only thing that seemed to deal serious damage to the Valantis is, of course, the cluster missiles. We got a radar-seeking explosive. These are cool cluster missiles. I will give them that. They are really cool. And that's just a carrying container with no payload whatsoever, probably to just distract the lands, defenses and stuff like that. So obviously they pop in here and they will deal some impact damage, but the real payload isn't that explosives. However, due to the redundancy here on the Valantis, it doesn't matter that much. That said, the Daxter's Gunner still have some percentages left. Of course, it is not dead by any means. It's just starting to look a bit sad, you know? Oh, very sad actually. Wow, that's some thick armor. I think we may have we may have a case of overspending on armor here instead of having firepower. Well, the clusters launch. I love cluster missiles. They are so cool. So cool that I decided to spend a lot of hours to make a 2-kilometer long video. No, a 2-kilometer long missile in a 2-hour-long video. 2-kilometer missile, 2-hour-long video. Yeah, which is a follow-up on another 2-hour-long video about cluster missiles of extreme sizes. It was fun though. Well, well, we shall see indeed. I love how they kind of output very nice, like, what is it called? Ruter in Swedish. It's well, diamonds or something in card play. I feel like this cluster missile is very neatly set up, but I am wondering if they should not have perhaps been incendiary. Oh yes, that would be pretty nasty. That would light a lot of people's wooden decks on fire. Well, it is obvious the Dexter's Gunner Mark II-4 is sinking. We won't see any more of the gunner in this little tournament. It got a second chance, as harsh as it is, to prove itself against the other ones in single combat. Yes, but obviously it is not easy. All of the designs who have been sent in to fight the Gimle are of course strong ships. All of them are strong ships. But there is always the bigger ship, the bigger fish, yeah? But I wanted to see all of them, even if they lost against the Gimle. Wanted to see them one time more at least, before I clean up my folders. So here we have it. Results are official. The Valantis wins another battle in the loser's bracket, and the Dexter's Gunner Mark II will be seen no more. Well, congratulations, Parzival. We shall be moving on to the next battle. Next up, we will be facing the Super Meg by Drip Was Taken, which has actually won a previous little battle. However, the BBS Obelisk Gate, a Onyx Watch inspired fan build made by our very resilient AOG Montrose Kevin Try, who has sent in a lot of designs for the Gimle battles, and they will be facing each other. So we are going to see, will the Super Meg uphold its reputation of being, well, more decent than DPS Old Jack, from Lenny at least, but will it also be more decent than the BBS Obelisk Gate? Or will the BBS Obelisk Gate by Kevin Try and the Super Meg's Journey here by Kevin Try? We shall see in a moment. And there we got them. And I must say, the Obelisk Gate, I think this design looks very, very cool. I absolutely love this little design. It looks so nice. There are a lot of funny mannequins all around the place here too, and the scaffolding here and everything. It has some pretty neat interior areas and stuff like that too. So if you haven't seen that, check the original battle video with the Obelisk Gate, of course. Worth a little check out, definitely. But anyways, enough about that. Here we have the Super Meg by Drip Was Taken, already won a battle here on the loser's bracket. This is a strong design. It is very strong. It's a very strong indeed. So we shall be seeing who is the stronger one. That I don't know. I don't quite remember the Obelisk Gate's combat performance. We seem to have some pretty scary railguns going on here, do we not? You know what? We're gonna slow down time a bit. We have a armor-piercing, high-explosive EMP shell with a depth penetration fuse, I think, a emergency ejection defuse, and a tracer. Don't ask. You know, this game is nerdy, and I may have learned how to recognize all the components. By the way, I actually got hold of some beautiful renditions of all the APS parts. I think it was by Waydance, and I'm going to utilize them, of course, make some charts and stuff like that, and be able to provide some guides that make it very clear with the APS parts and cool stuff like that. Well, the shells I looked at, I honestly did hope that they would hit on a little bit more interesting spot. Ooh. We have a little sandblasting going on here from the Super Meg. This is a little heavy head with a base bleeder and stuff like that. Well, we're gonna lock onto these supersonic shells. See, what are we gonna hit here? I kinda don't really think they're that powerful, these shells. They seem to be lacking some stopping power. Not getting through the Super Meg that easily, but now it looked like one go through. Maybe just missed. Bam. Got some EMP cooking there. Ooh! Obelisk gate! What did you do? Lost 8% of your total health? What happened? This we'll need to pause the game here. What happened here? Bam. We got some crazy hit here in the side. Those bam. Bam! The Super Meg's cram cannons are not messing around. I kinda don't remember them being this strong. But they are. Now we're having a lot of misses though. We shall see indeed. Who gets some shots in here? Very interesting. Oh, and the Obelisk gate was able to deal with that cram. Not that cram though. So the Obelisk gate has some pretty serious civs systems there. Yes, indeed. Lamps engaging, and we got some diff civs and different systems like that. Oh, the Super Meg is actually down to 89%. The Obelisk gate at 85 is not really losing that much more health. Well, it really depends on how these cram shells will land, because this railgun is able to hit pretty consistently. And the Obelisk gate has this problem of not compartmentalizing the interior armor, which means that explosive damage is spread all over the place. Ooh, the Super Meg lost a turret there too. Very, very intense. They are at the same health now, basically. Oh wow. The Obelisk gate may have been able to turn this around with just dealing consistent railgun damage. The armor-piercing explosive EMP shell may not penetrate that deep, but you know what? They keep coming. Yes, they do. 84 versus 84 percentages. Can the Super Meg twist this around and provide some victorious results? Or is this the last views we will see of the Super Meg? It's honestly looking like this is the last views we're seeing of the Super Meg. So that's what we're looking at it a little bit extra. But we shall check out and see how the Obelisk Gate, how she's doing. I think, if I recall correctly, that the Obelisk Gate is Kevin Fry's most formidable submission here. It's definitely in the lead here by 3% as of now. None of the main cannons are offline. Nope. Which is great news for the Obelisk Gate. And especially for Kevin Fry, of course. Yeah, all of these cannons are definitely alive and well. Ooh, now detection was lost on this turret here. Oh, I think that all that EMP leeching has depleted the detection of the Super Meg. Look at that, that's pretty cool. I don't think it has accuracy that... oh, it's so far off. I think its accuracy have been absolutely fried, and now it even looks like an AI has been fried. It definitely looks like the Obelisk Gate by Kevin Fry is putting the Super Meg back into obscurity. 74 percentages. Only one cram cannon left. Basically no detection. Ooh, the rip was taken. I'm sorry to say, but well, the Super Meg is soon no more. It's up for elimination, as they say in my folder at least. Well, of course, there is a chance things would turn around, but it's just so enormously unlikely. I don't think that can happen. I almost think it can't happen, but obviously it can. But we have a 10% lead of the Obelisk Gate and gaining because it's able to deal consistent damage. So that's something you have to think of. When you're making weapons, of course you want the damage per second be real high, but you also need the effective damage per second be real high. And that means be able to get through the enemy defenses and being able to hit the target. So for that reason, cram cannons is not always the answer. It usually is, but cram cannons has a really good damage per material, and APS, especially railguns, they have a terrible damage per material and material spent ratio. But when you are able to deal consistent damage, that premium is absolutely worth it, and this is a really good showcase of this, because you saw the Super Meg's cram cannons. They're absolutely crazy. And they got some hits on the Obelisk Gate where it was like absolutely brutal, took off a big portion per hit. Rare though. Now, the Super Meg's biggest problem is, I'm not gonna drone on about it, but turret necks. Tiny 3x3 turret necks. High explosive damage will get into those spaces, blow off the turret cap, and the turret is no more. That's why I build thick turrets without a neck. Thick neck. Yes. Well, quite resilient indeed. It just keeps getting those shells there. Oh, it has no weapons online anymore. Oh damn. Oh damn. Well, grip was taken. Well, we are looking forward for your future submissions to future challenges, which will be announced in the Discord mostly, and of course on YouTube posts if you don't know that, and in videos. But Discord is where I arrange them, so you should join anyways. And super big congratulations to Kevin Try. You will be continuing to get into the losers bracket here and prove the worth of the Obelisk gate, or rather, the Obelisk gate she will have to prove her worth because it's an AI controlled ship. But next battle, it's time for next battle. As soon as I officially confirm the results, of course, but yeah. Next up, we have a pretty fun little design here. This is Shield Cat's capsized Catastrophe. Well, as it sounds, it's a ship that looks like it's upside down. Yep. And we got this interesting little network of connection points inside, which I think is pretty cool, actually. And yeah, very nice. We are using a lot of ducts here to try and provide some big surfaces for taking damage. Now, I don't know why anyone would use the 5x5 ducts. Isn't the 7x7 the only reasonable thing to have? Well, anyways, ducted propellers, they look absolutely beautiful. A joy to see. Then we have the new jack, the DPS new jack from Lenny, who's actually proven itself by winning the previous battle. So let the battle commence. Oh damn, and the colors I chose here are absolutely crazy. What was it that the capsized Catastrophe shot now? What the... What is this now? That's hollow point, right? I think that may be a hollow point. Oh no. Oh no. I did find him again. Well, anyways, this thing sticking above the water is obviously not that well defended. We have some juicy interiors here. Very interesting indeed. Delivering some damage. It looks perhaps like the capsized Catastrophe is kind of not dealing that much damage anymore, is it? Or it's probably just because we don't recognize. Oh. Well, in any case, will be very interesting to see the air damage. Oh, and big thanks to all the commissioned officers in the army of Gmodism, of course. If you want to support the channel monthly, well, you can join the commissioned officers, and that's via Patreon, so that you can be part of the honored commissioned officers, most notably Commodore Owen, Captain Sebastian Dode, Captain Shiro, Commander Morton, Lieutenant Anto, Cravey, Flora Stagan, Parva Greed, Mr. Veritas, Rick Prell, and Scoobrot. Your monthly support helps the channel very much. And of course, big thanks to all of the cadets and the Ecclesiarch of Gimle. If you're in the Ecclesiarchy, you may have watched this video before everyone else, due to it providing some early access to videos. Nice little trick. Well, it's hard to see as I tried to say before, that the capsized Catastrophe is even shooting and all, but that's because it's underwater, so we don't, we kind of don't know exactly what it's up to. We shall see indeed. Oh no. Oh no, now we did one of this again. Oh no. Fortunately we can do that. Okay. I'm just a little bit curious. Are you shooting all the same shells all the time? This is a secondary heat, so it's a whole point secondary heat, is it not? But it's real fast. And obviously, since it is a whole point, that's reasonable. Well. Oh man. A lot of blocks being lost there. The hollow points look real scary, but they are not as scary as you might think they are, because the damage they deal is pretty surface level, and usually we like to drill some holes, do some deep damage to gain some very effective results. Well, looking at the stats, the capsized Catastrophe is indeed still in the lead. However, a lot of the ship's upsides is the bottom of the hull, so I suspect if this floaty top part of this anti-ship is destroyed, it will probably sink. Which will be a little bit of some bad news, of course, then. For the capsized Catastrophe. It's at 92% though, and Lenny's DPS new jack is at 86. Ladies and gentlemen, the block shedding is real. Very scary. We'll just have to follow this little shell here and see. Bam. Interesting shell mix. Hollow point and secondary heat. It kind of becomes like some weird hash shell. Now, I'm not absolutely certain it will do anything better than shell designs usually do. But I don't know, maybe it does. It feels like we slowly have grinded through the armor here. Well, just to check here, there we got a little explosion, right? So it shot inside of there. We got another volley popping in there. I'm convinced this is that of a good design. I don't think it's meta or tacky or very, very effective in some way. But it's really fun to see different types of shells, especially unconventional ones. Can learn something new. Man, it's also entirely possible I just mixed together the look of the component, but if you want to check some more in detail, obviously the capsized Catastrophe and the Lenny's DPS new jack is obviously available too, as fighting the Gimle in single combat. Spoiler alert, they are in the losers bracket because they lost against the Gimle, but sometimes it's just luck, excuse me, and sometimes it's just, well, pure skill. It depends, and sometimes you don't really know because the tables can flip very fast when a big cram shell or railgun APS just hits the right spot. It means no more AI. Redundancy is key, as I say all the time. Well, these shells are definitely continuing to pop in here. We have a 75% health of the shield cat. I'm wondering if it's able to still deal effective damage. The new jack is sure very resilient, that will have to say. Look at it. It has such a narrow shell. It can be hard to fit all of that important bits in the middle like this. Well. It's kind of funny we have to go below the surface to see if the cannons underwater are shooting or not, due to the weird render thing like above/below water, which I'm sure all of you who play the game are already very familiar with, and perhaps even a little bit annoyed. I am. Really fun here. The capsized Catastrophe looks like it's in absolutely terrible shape, that it's gonna sink in any second. But obviously it has a lot of these blocks that are not having that big of a health. And they have them here thick above the water surface, and most ships are set up to shoot above the water surface, right? So the only thing could happen is that this got shot off and that it sinks. But after a while, the DPS new jack by Lenny has been grinded down until there is no more. So unfortunately for Lenny, the DPS new jack will see no new action. Indeed not. But we are going to look forward for some future submissions you may send in, and hopefully this was a good learning experience at least. Well, big congratulations to Shield Cat, who will continuing in the losers bracket little tournament as a victorious one. Very nice. Well, due to the little camera thing you may have seen last time, I will just say like this with a little paper replica here. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it. It helps me a lot. Obviously, subscribing is a nice thing too. And up here in bronze and silver, you'll find the Gmodist and Relaxism channel, my secondary channel, and they need some support subscribers. If you can help me with that to reach 1,000 subs, then I can basically make YouTube give me some of the little money they are generating. If you just want to help the channel and project directly in other ways than just support and stuff, we have the Patreon, we have the join this channel, and we have a fourth wall. We got shop.gmodism.com, where we have some other options as well. In any case, the Patreon is the commissioned officers in the army of Gmodism, and the YouTube membership is the ecclesiarchy of Gmodism, if you didn't know that. I'll see you next time, and like the video, otherwise I'll be mad. Just kidding, but please do. Where am I? Well, anyways, this is your host Eric of Gimle, and I'm signing out.